Hi everyone, theensovo here. So today I'd like for us to talk about losing one's self in marriage and how to somehow bounce from that and just be you again. I want it to be known, and I will put it out there, that there is no perfect marriage. There is no marriage where people are happy every day. There are days where people fight, and some days we go on without talking to each other, and so there's no perfect marriage. Let that be known. We may all seem happy on Instagrams, on Facebook, and on our WhatsApp statuses, but that's not in reality what things are happening. So I will start with the mistakes I made in marriage. Somehow when Andres and I started living together, like 7 months later or 6 months later, we became parents, and then I became a mom. So I took on a second new role, first being a wife and then being a mom. That with these things, you tend to lose yourself and forgetting who you really are. So I tried so hard to be that perfect mom, to be the perfect wife, to have the cleanest house, to have like meals ready. I looked on top all the time, and at the end of the day, I realized that I am not living for me. I am living to please other people, which being my husband and my son. And somehow that leaves me out of this little union that we're having in our home. And also letting things slide. There are minor issues that come into your marriage. I don't know how to give you examples, but there will be things which you let slide the first time, the second time, the third time, and then this become a habit because you let them slide that easily and without consequences for things. So I don't know, maybe it's your partner criticizing you in something which did not need him or you to criticize something, and that smaller kind of habits, bad habits, tend to grow and be a big mountain. So I learned not to let things slide. So if there's something which someone or he says to me at that time which is not working for me, in a way that it ends up making me feel like I'm compromising myself by accepting this, it shouldn't slide. We don't let things slide. You have to talk about it now. And I know I'm new to marriage, and there'll be those who have been married before. They will say, yeah, you just think that because you're just in right now, don't. Yeah, but allow others also to also see their marriage the way they want to see it. We are not all gonna be heartbroken. We are all not gonna be happy all the time. So let other people live their lives. And so anyway, so what have I learned in marriage up to so far? That marriage cannot be 50-50, especially when there is a religious belief. So I'm going to talk from my point of belief, which is Christianity. So when I was single, there was equal power between me being single and God. So of course I would have to go to work, that would be my part. I would have to clean myself, that would be my part. And God protecting me and guiding me, that would be his part. So somehow this was more like 50-50 parts within the relationship. But then we meet the people we're supposed to marry, or who we're going to end up marrying, and then we tend to forget the other 50 which we had given God, and then go into this marriage by ourselves and our partners. And when things just don't go well, we start thinking, oh, what, but you didn't leave room for God. So marriage cannot be 50-50 in any way. I don't know how you and your partner are gonna divide this percentage as to how much the more space you give to God, the more role he plays in your life. That's the honest truth. So you will decide how much space you give him, be it you give him 20%, be it you give him 50%, and you and your partner share the other 50. It will show in your marriage if God plays a big role. So I took this snippet from a series yesterday. It says, marriage cannot be 50-50. Where does God fit in there? When you are single, consider 50-50 with God, but never make the mistake of excluding God when you find or meet the love of your life. Because some of us get so shocked as to, oh, why did my marriage not go well? And why my things did not go well? Yeah, simply maybe it's because you left God out of this little union that you created with your person, and all along when you were single you were already contacting him on regular basis on how he can prepare you for this marriage. And when you got this marriage, you left him outside. And when you meet situations in this little marriage of yours, God is nowhere to help you and God is nowhere to guide you. Maybe that's why we end up having silly little arguments which are not even qualifying to even be an argument, but you tend to be irritated easily. Maybe it's because we left God out of the sheep of marriage. Okay, the mistakes I made in marriage, I forgot about me. And I worried so much about being the perfect mom and perfect wife. And then love is not enough at the end of the day. You need values, you need time, you need respect, and you need consideration. Of course, love is what hooks you, but the other 4 values is what will keep you. Most of us, when we were younger and had dreams of being married one day, we were on this little cloud of saying, no, I want to marry a guy who's skinny, a guy who's tall, a guy who's this, and a guy who's that. And went into detail that when you stepped back and look at those details, you were describing someone's husband. You were describing someone you saw on television, and that's not how life works. So, and then when you end up meeting someone later on in life who maybe resembles those little characters that you wanted, like, and also the features of he's skinny, he's tall, he's bold, he's this, and you tend to forget your other values, which is time, respect, consideration, and all of these things, and you forgot those ones because you are on looks and the feeling of finding someone. Feelings will never raise a child. Looks will never raise your child. Maybe they can guarantee you, or not even guarantee you, maybe they can give you a little probability that my children will be cute or my children will be this or but that is not enough to raise a baby or to raise a child. So also learn how to say sorry, but not sorry to others, but sorry to yourself. It's very important to be kinder to yourself and treat yourself the very same way you want others to treat you. Also do that to yourself, by yourself. Sometimes we get lost in this marital life. At times there may be challenges at kindergarten, there may be challenges at work, at school, at churches, and then we tend to be very harsh with ourselves. You shouldn't have gotten yourself into that situation, you should have known better, or we do things like this to ourselves and wonder why other people find it so easy to do this to us. So also apologizing to yourself. As much as you say to yourself, you know what, I couldn't have known that the man that I'm marrying is not this, what I expected. I wouldn't have known that getting myself mixed with such friends would have brought me this. So I am sorry to myself. We have to, in order for you to bounce back to that person that you were the day before you got married, or the day before you started living with someone else, to bounce back and go fetch that little girl which you left there. When we get married, we leave ourselves at that very stage. Let's say you got married when you were 24. You left you, or your single you, at the age of 24. And then you took on a new role of being a wife, being a mom, and you left you there. And it's really important to go and fetch yourself, that 24-year-old, to come with you on this journey and learn and relearn new things. And unlearn bad habits along this way. Because if you leave yourself at 24 and you get into this marriage and your marriage went well, and then 20 years later, God forbid, you divorce. Most of our parents don't know how. Maybe that's why most people don't divorce, is because they think, when I divorce, what will I do now? I'm 55, what will I do now? The fear comes from they left their single self at age 24. Go there, baby girl. You're divorced now. Your children are grown. Good for you. Also, your children are grown. Go back and fetch that 24-year-old. Now you are wiser. Now you know new things. The good things, you even have cash. So now you can take a 24-year-old self into this journey of life and how to refine yourself. What are your interests and what are your talents and what are your dreams and hopes which you have left behind? What do I do now? It's easier to finance even your dreams right now. You have money, you have things, you have confidence which you have boosted. So somehow, let's not leave us there at the back when we take on certain new roles of mothers, being mothers and being wives. We take our single selves along on this journey and continue with it. Because at the end of the day, there was me before there was us. There will be me after us. I am not scared of starting over. As much as I love my husband, I love being a wife, I love being a mom, and I want this marriage to work until the end of time. But in reality, that's not how life works. People make things in life which, I don't know, disturb them and their marriage falls. All I'm saying is, there was me before us, and there will be me after us. The constant figure which stays is me. It's not us, it's not my kids, it's not my husband, it's not, I don't know, the house, it's not the cars, but me. Me first. My wellness first. My health first. So, with that being said, be blessed, be wise, get into this marriage thing wisely. Love is not enough at the end of the day. You need to enter into this union with someone who understands you, with someone. It's also important, it's really, really important to have someone also who believes in the same things that you believe in. You don't want to contradict yourself as a Christian and your husband is following another religion or vice versa. Things like this will forever pose a challenge into this marriage. Kisses won't solve things in the long run. They make things better and they smooth things out. But all I am saying to you today is enter into this marriage thing wisely. Marry your friend. Marry someone who's kind. Marry someone who's kind not only to you and to those that they know, also kind to us, to others who they don't know. Enter into this marriage thing wisely. And so, thank you. Have a good day. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free and click the subscribe button for more videos. We post videos about cooking, about us going out. So it's all things with theensovo. So thank you and thank you very much. And also leave, if you have any comments or suggestions or things which you want to ask me or things which I should talk about, put it down below. Thank you very much.